Welcome. Welcome to Spiritual Guided Light. Excuse the sound. I'm setting the phone down. Hopefully you can hear me clearly. I hope your Friday is going accordingly. I am Spiritually Guided Light, and this is my channel, Spiritual Guiding Light. If you're just now new to my channel, excuse me, I've drunk some fizzy grapefruit, and I just have a lot of air in my chest. So I do apologize if I'm burping, but I welcome you to this channel with open arms. As I begin this recording, and it is a pre-recording, I don't know when I'm going to do a live. I don't know, I might do one tonight. I know there's one going to be coming soon, but I'm not in a rush because I believe that everything needs to happen in decency and in order. I've learned throughout my time so far that rushing things can hinder the process of whatever an endeavor or situation, and there's other aspects that can hinder when things are being rushed. Sometimes things can be meant to be, like a relationship. It doesn't necessarily have to be romantic, but a platonic relationship sometimes goes sour because it's rushed, right? And then it's rushed and turned into a possible romantic, and then that friendship becomes sour, right? So, this motivational intuitive reading is Just Say Yes, Part 3 for the collective. And so I am, oh my goodness, my card. Oh my, I wonder how I got. Just excuse me, but as you as we begin to start the reading, start to become present and begin to breathe. If you are not used to breathing technique, start inhaling from the stomach, more breathing with the stomach than the chest. Breathing in and breathing out. And you can kind of start thinking about what it is that you're willing to say yes to. And that can be things that you need to change within yourself. You know, change around your surroundings, change pertaining to people, change pertaining to the clothes you wear, change pertaining to your resume, change on how you communicate, change on how you may perceive others. So just take the time right now as I ask Divine in the universe. Excuse me if you hear that. That's the chair that I'm sitting in when I move around. I sit very heavily. So, Divine, I ask that you allow the collective to understand what needs to resonate and what needs to be perceived and projected. Allow me to be an open vessel. I ask that you allow my ancestors, spirit guides, and archangels that serve me for the good and for me to reach my highest potential as a motivational speaker. I thank you even now for allowing me to have the strength to motivate, to help others. And I even ask now that those who have inspiring mentorship and those who want to become motivational, intuitive readers, that strength is being given to them so that they can be able to stand tall. I also ask that any confrontation or confusion be removed from all of the mind of the collective, so that an understanding and a refresh and a new can be accepted, and that all weights be lifted. Amen and Ashe. I hope you guys can hear me clearly. So, I am at peace right now. I'm really calm. I am present. Today, I was willing to adjust and let my guard down, and it wasn't as difficult as I thought it would have been. And I could feel the tension that I am used to having, that I was not aware that I have tension in pertaining to letting my guards down when communicating with people that I don't know, or trying to build relationships and business relationships and contracts. So I was able to experience, and it was a good feeling when I allowed the tension to leave my body, and I became more accepting to allow myself to communicate, so that what was communicated would be understood more so than misunderstood. And what I'm saying by that, sometimes I can come off as arrogant, and that's not my intentions. For the most part, I'm just an individual who takes pride when you know where you've come from, where you just have this posture and you're not confused. You know exactly what you want if you're hungry, thirsty, you know. So if you're that kind of individual where if you are, you'll know, because some people will call you picky or difficult, this is really for you. Just say yes into being able to adapt. No one's saying to change who you are, but you also have to be able to adapt, because if you're tired of the results of people responding to you in that way, then that's something that we as individuals have to adjust. Okay? And some of us may not want to do it. You may be feeling like, why am I having to change to to meet the expectations to please others? Well, if you want to be successful, there are some sacrifices that we are going to have to consider. We have free will, but is this something that you need to say yes to? And removing the anger or the rage. There's no need to be skeptical about adjusting. Because after you adjust that wall, the wall of that stands in front of you to prevent people from getting close or reading you or being able to understand you. I told you I had a lot of air in my chest. Would you rather just say yes and get over being stubborn, or you want to continue to create confrontation that doesn't need to? Sometimes being wise is to be smart and choosing your battles wisely, and being hopeful is a wonderful aspect of, well, if I do adjust and just say yes, and eliminate always having to have this rage of feeling disappointed because you keep getting the results from people, right? So I'm going to put these emotion action cards to the side. And what are we saying yes to, collective? Let's see. This one first. What is the current emotion? And we have gratitude is the current emotion. Okay. Followed by relieved. I'm giggling because right under relief we have nasty, and I you know what, I'm not even gonna go there. I'm not gonna go there. We're relieved, and we have so much gratitude, to give someone pleasure and satisfaction, to indulge and be relieved and humor and satisfied, and in taking the upper hand. Remember I said choosing our battles wisely, right? So if we would have kept not and chose not to adjust, our guard, things probably would have became, ugly, nasty, right? And there's no need for it. So as we have gratified, the unveiling starts to, we're able to see, right? When things start stripping away, we're able to go behind the veil with something, a place or thing that's been waiting all this time, and it's just been us the whole time, right? And through that, we have the relief, and we have the talisman. And the bottom of the deck, we have the paradigm shifter. And that's what's so good, is we were able to shift, and basically we dodged the bullet, right? We closed that dark door. We were able to change the road. We were able to have the builders redo the map, right? Because if you go back to the reading that I did yesterday, and I was talking about, for the collective, the key having the master key. So I want you to, that reading was, I believe it was, stand still and remain present. You know what? Let's take a look here. Actually, it's in hang in there. No, this is hang in there. Yes, I think it's slow down and remain present. You know what? That's not it. You know what? I don't think it's uploaded yet. No, it hasn't been uploaded yet. I'm going to, you know what? My Wi-Fi is so slow. And if you are a 1% of the collective that is willing to donate so that I can have better Wi-Fi service, because that's actually what's preventing my uploads. And it's like, no joke, 2 days for one upload, and I have this big tall list that needs to go up. Mind you, remember I was saying that everything, you know, has its timing, so there's no rush. Some people, people prefer to be a roadrunner, and some prefer to be a turtle. I mean, depending on, there is no rules on how fast you're supposed to go. The thing is that what needs to be prevented is not having to crash, not having to burn out, and to be lively, right? And to be able to remain present and not just, settle just because things are going good, right? And even if things are not going good, sometimes some of us settle too and say, you know what, since I'm used to this is what I'm just going to, I'm going to deal with, right? But this journey that we are going through, and we are divinely protected. And that's why I encourage you, if you are an inspiring, motivational, intuitive reader, do so. Tap into, but before you tap into it, cleanse yourself. Know who you are. I know sometimes, depending on what kind of family background you come from, our culture, it can weigh heavy at times, especially if, loved ones are not open to your gifts. But I understand that you are divine protection. And I am going to read the unveiling, the talisman, the paradigm shifter, and divine protection. But first, I want to clarify, and the divine protection is clarifying lively, clarifying lively, right? And settled is the side note. You have free will on how it is that you're going to settle. and what resonates to you, that can be in a positive or negative aspect. But if you're going on this lively journey, right? If you're going on this lively journey, wherever your destination, wherever you decide to settle, right? Give me one for paradigm shifter. You're divinely protected. And under the divine of you now, since you're able to say yes to adjusting, right? On the bottom of the deck with the Two of Wands, you are able to see, and it's not that bad, and it feels afresh and new to not have to deal with the constant battle of the mind and negative people who we think don't understand us, right? So for divine protection, we have the Four of Wands. And this can also, it doesn't necessarily have to be platonic relationships or work related. This can also be in the home. You are divinely protected. You can live. Be you, be free. Because the Ace of Cups is divinely protected. That overflow, right? Are you willing to become one with self and with divine, the universe, Mother Nature, and just allowing things to flow, right? With the Six of Swords, it's like, even though you have all these obstacles in front of you, you're still divinely protected. You're not seeing the direction that you're going, right? And there it shows a child, but necessarily it doesn't have to be a child. This can be a bag, right? But it does look like a child, and the child is as if they're like, okay, we're going ahead, but the adult is hiding. But the person that's steering the boat, and there's troubled water on one end where the adult is sitting, and on the child's side it's calm waters, and the person that's steering the boat can see. Even though there's so many burdens or obstacles, those swords right in front, they're in the boat. But once you get to your destination where you settle and get out of the boat, you no longer have to deal with it anymore, right? And for gratitude for the unveiling, we have the Ace of Swords, right? And collective, you're going to have more gratitude. You're going to be more gratified in pertaining to spiritual gifts. Your ability to be intuitive or audio hearing may increase your abilities, your psychic abilities. And what was clarified by the talisman, we have the Eight of Cups, feeling relieved from walking away from what no longer serves you, right? Even the moon is like, I am so proud of you. So proud. And we have the Seven of Swords, clarifying the paradigm shifter. You know, we were able to not have to deal with this trickster, this fox movement, right? Everyone in towns, everyone from a distance knows exactly what kind of individual this is, you know. But then also the Seven of Swords can represent like, oh, okay, I have these two burdens here. I'm just gonna leave those here, and I'm gonna take these burdens with me because I'm able to still smile and deal with these burdens. I'm gonna pick these up. Yeah, they're heavy, and I can drop them at any time. And I'm gonna clarify. Yeah, I'm going to definitely clarify that. And when you do that, the Knight of Cups comes in. And under that, I don't read any cards in reverse. We have the Ten of Cups. Right? Feeling alive again. But you must say yes. And, you know, don't overthink things, you know. Keep the relief and stay present, you know. All the nasty things that we may think are still there, just let it go. It's time to say yes to stop holding on to things that no longer serve us, right? And, you know, and at the bottom of the deck, we have justice, you know. Allow the universe, allow karma to do its job. Allow justice to do its job. So we have the Pillar of Light. Your vibration is rising. You are the oracle. Okay. What does the collective need to do to get to this Ten of Cups? And we have Council of Lights, divine orchestration, helpers in the subtle realms. So this is what I was saying. Allow, you know, your ancestors, your spirit guides, divine. Allow karma, allow justice, allow it to do its job. You know, live. You know, and then you'll see how relieved you are. How light that burden is no longer, you know. Your heart is now light as a feather. And when we have starseed, what lights you up? And once you let go of these people, persons, and things, these burdens, these situations that might make us feel like, you know, just weighed down heavy, you are going to light up and you're going to break the chains, ancestral patterns, healing, rewriting the future. Okay? And we're going to end the reading with a moon oracle. So collective, just say yes. You are divinely protected. I was going to go in and read the unveiling, but it clarified, everything was clarified in the talisman and the paradigm shift. And the protection, everything was clarified. Oh. And just say yes, because confidence is your key to success. And like we're saying, end of a tough cycle approaches. And we have show the world the real you. Meditate and contemplate. And we're going to get one more. Continue to breathe softly. Okay, and one more shuffle. One more. And we have a time for healing. So some of you, it's not as easy to settle into living again, because the burden and the pain is just so heavy that when we can't forget, but we can forgive, it's like, how can I adjust? You feel like you're losing part of you. And it's not that. It's when you, like for instance, when you're going to work, you have to adapt. You have to put your game face on. So that's the same thing that we're going to have to do in pertaining to being successful in our endeavors. Okay? Things are not going... Excuse me, all this air in my chest. Things are just not going to... But once you do, and that's why it's important that you do as you meditate and contemplate, also write things down. Okay, if you have no privacy where you are, what you can do is, I would say put it in your cellular device, but I do not know your situation. And what we don't want is to feed nasty energy. So as you meditate and contemplate, give it to divine in the universe, whatever your belief system is, okay? And we have 4, this is still pertaining to you that still need time to heal. And you know what? It's vice versa. This can also be whoever you're having concern about, are the person, are people, are groups who owe you an apology, and it's way overdue. Okay? Balance your spirituality and be practical. A personal issue reaches resolution. See? So, expect a powerful change. And that's clarified with break the chain, remember? Ancestral patterns, healings, rewriting the future. Right? Don't no longer be settled in the old ways, right? That we may have felt that was gratifying, because that created nasty energies, right? Unnecessary. It prevented us from being able to live, dealing with unnecessary things in the home, right? But justice, even though these people, groups, business, employer, unlawful things, justice will be served, okay? And as a whole collective, ending it, your dreams need a practical plan, and that's what will be really good if you guys go and listen to the entrepreneur reads. Okay, adjustments are required. Just say yes to the adjustments. Work through your fears. And working through your fear, I'm going to write that down, is a job all by itself. You know, how do we work through our fears? You know, how do we remain present when the unexpected occurs? And at the bottom of the deck, don't let your past hold you back. So who cares of what people may say pertaining to the past? Okay? I mean, it sounds so easy, like, okay, so we have these people or, you know, or somebody, and you know that it's not true, and they're creating because they don't know your business, so they go all out of their way to try to damage your character, try to prevent you from getting opportunities that are due to you. So make sure you meditate and contemplate on healthy things so that you can feel relief and alive again. Have gratitude and grace. You know, as you're growing in this journey, a beautiful thing. Oh, I thank you so much for listening to Spiritual Guided Light. I'm Spiritually Guided Light. And if you resonated with this pre-recording, like and share. Also comment down below. I would love to hear what resonated with you. And also your comment can inspire someone else. So that's really the main goal is, you know, we lift each other up. And once the comment is approved, it will be displayed. Moving forward, continue to support my channel, Spiritual Guided Light, SGL. And peace and love. Love is kind, love is gentle, and that is you.